Now at 6, the city of Joplin becomes a hub for Nation of Patriots tour riders. We'll tell you about their cause. Plus, an award-winning Joplin pizza restaurant abruptly closes its doors. And some folks get their hands wet at Shoal Creek to learn more about its creatures.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A new Missouri law requires health insurance companies to pay the full cost of diagnostic breast imaging. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Dow Quick. Under the new law, patients won't have to pay a copay or deductible. Governor Mike Parsons signed the bill that'll take effect on January 1st of next year. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, breast cancer is the second most common cancer among women in the U.S. In Missouri, for every 100,000 women, 123 new breast cancer cases were reported in 2020. Doctors recommend annual mammograms for women ages 40 and above. Early detection of breast cancer not only improves prognosis, but also provides a wider range of treatment options. Tonight at 9 and 10, we're going to have the story of one breast cancer survivor. We'll also hear from a local doctor about the impact of the law in southwest Missouri. The mayor of Galena, Kansas responds to some citizen allegations of police misconduct in the city. You might recall the council last night heard from 2 Galena citizens with complaints. They claim Galena police don't treat everyone equally and claim officers have unfairly harassed specific individuals or families. One citizen claimed an officer has made an unwarranted threat of physical violence. Due to the length of the meeting, we were unable to get a response from city officials last night. But Mayor Ashley Groves this afternoon says complaints like this are rare and the city has a system for citizens to voice concern. She adds, quote, "The city of Galena takes allegations of employee misconduct seriously and will follow procedures to ensure the city is providing the highest possible service to our residents," end quote. The Nation of Patriots tour has made its way to the 4 states. KOAM's Anthony Saviello has this story.
While one motorcycle may not be given a second look, the roar of many is sure to grab attention. These riders made their way through downtown Joplin for the Nation of Patriots tour and ended here at VFW Post 534.
They have just 150% been significant help, and it was a huge weight off of my shoulders for them to offer their building, their facility, their food, their volunteers. Like, I could not have done this without all of their help, for sure.
The VFW provided their space to the Nation of Patriots organization for the first time this year, but plans to continue to be a part of this event for years to come.
This is a huge honor for us. Anything that we can do to help veterans in need, that's what we're here for. And when Nation of Patriots stepped up and asked us to host and be a partner with them, it was a no-brainer for us.
The Nation of Patriots tour is a ceremonial passing of the American flag throughout each of the 50 states. The flag was welcomed to the VFW post and passed on to the next carrier, who will take it to Wichita later this week. For Jordan, this year was a success, and hopes that the event only grows for years to come.
The Nation of Patriots, each state, at some point, they are actually given the opportunity to host the kickoff and the homecoming. And so I think being our first year and having a secure location like this, especially the VFW, I really look forward to the year that Joplin will have and host the huge Nation of Patriots homecoming and kickoff. And I'm very excited to see where that's going to go.
So whether you drive an Indian or a Harley Davidson, what matters today is the honoring of the Stars and Stripes and those who have fought bravely for it. Reporting in Joplin, I'm Anthony Saviello, KOAM News.
Now, if you're interested in donating to the Nation of Patriots tour, you can go online to nationofpatriots.com. A Joplin pizza restaurant for 10 years in the city has closed its doors. Carmine's Wood-Fired Pizza announced they've closed their downtown Joplin location on South Joplin Avenue. They say they were recently presented with, quote, an exciting business venture that'll take the family who owns it out of state. They closed their doors on Saturday. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy for a first look at the weather.
Well, it turned out to be super hot for us today. Temperatures into the triple digits across a good chunk of the 4-state area. We have had some clouds northeastern counties and a couple random little showers. Everybody else has stayed dry and will stay dry as we go through the rest of the evening. Look at this. It's still 100 in Joplin, 98 Miami, 99 Independence. We have Anderson at 97, a little bit cooler in our northern counties where you are getting those clouds. And we also have a front kind of draped across that region. Heat indices makes it feel even worse the way it actually feels to your skin. 105, 106, 107. So a very hot evening. We slide back through the 90s, 80s. Our overnight low only right around 80 degrees. Now we do have some chances for some thunderstorms and also a cool down the road. We're going to talk about that here in a bit.
Catch you in a few. A 64-year-old Seneca, Missouri woman is no longer charged with murder after the prosecuting attorney dismissed the charges against her. Police say in December of 2021, Suzette Anderson killed David Wesley Stotts. Anderson maintained it was self-defense, saying Stotts was trying to attack her. She was originally charged with first-degree murder and armed criminal action. Well, now the Newton County prosecuting attorney William Lynch has filed a motion to dismiss the case because he believes it was indeed a case of justifiable self-defense. Hundreds of people in southeast Springfield, Missouri were left in the dark last night after an explosion yesterday morning caused by a natural gas line. A city utility crew was completing routine maintenance on a gas line. A valve failed and caused that explosion. Reporter Sydney Moran has details.
I could just feel the heat and just the loudness of this fire.
It's a sight and sound Jocelyn Little Moon will never forget.
I kind of felt the house shake just a little bit, but it was the noise whenever I came out, just the rushing, the roaring of the fire. I have never seen a big fire like that before.
Little Moon was working just yards away from one of Springfield's natural gas lines. On Monday, 3 city utility workers were completing routine maintenance on that line.
When they disconnected that valve, it failed and the natural gas did not stop flowing and it ignited immediately.
The explosion caused down power lines, leaving 1,700 households without power on a hot summer day.
I'm just worried about everybody in the neighborhood, about their animals inside and their food in their fridge and trying to survive in this heat with no air conditioning.
For some, the flames forced them to evacuate.
You think ahead for events like this and you think, oh, what's important? Well, when you're actually in it, you're going, I don't think anything's important. I'm just going to grab some underwear, shirt and shorts and get the heck out the door.
Joel Alexander with City Utilities says this event is a reminder of how dangerous natural gas can be.
Situations like this can often end up a lot more tragically than they did, and we're very fortunate that our folks are okay, minimal damage.
Neighbors are also fortunate their homes are in one piece, even if it means dealing with no electricity.
We're happy that we aren't exploded. We might be taking cold showers tonight, but I need to cool off anyways.
A handful of neighbors are also without natural gas as City Utilities works to make repairs. Still ahead, folks get in touch with nature at Shoal Creek. We'll pay a visit. Plus, we're going to preview an upcoming event at Shoal Creek that looks to beat the heat. You might have heard of a bear crawl from gym class when you were a kid, but how about a creek crawl? The Shoal Creek Conservation Education Center today hosted their creek crawl. Gave people the opportunity to check out the life in the creek and what hidden creatures could be in it. When a creature was taken out, naturalists would explain what was caught and what they do in their environment, including their effects on the water.
Macroinvertebrates, they actually correlate with water quality because depending on what critters live there, some are more tolerant of pollution and others are not as tolerant. So if we get to see some really cool mayflies, damselflies, all of this larva that's going to be in there, that means that the water quality is really good.
Naturalists with Shoal Creek hope the event will show folks how fun it is to be in the water. And if you're looking for more ways to have fun in the water, well, Wildcat Glades is preparing to host their Shoal Creek Water Festival this weekend. The more than 4-hour event will have cardboard boat races with real people inside, with boats built by some area people. There's also going to be a shoebox boat race for kids. No one inside those. A rubber duck race, also a fishing derby. Naturalists say doing the Water Fest this weekend is a good way to beat the heat, have some fun in the process. A little bit later, Missouri Southern student athletes shine not only on the field but also in the classroom. We'll have details in sports.
Plus, we still have some rain chances in the forecast and eventually cooling down. We're going to look at that coming up. Well, of course, it turned out to be a hot, very humid day for us today. Most of us were in that triple-digit range that nobody wants to be in, and of course, the humidity quite a bit higher than that. If we look outside, nice shot. This is Indigo Sky Casino and Resort, and it looks pretty good. This is just southwest of Seneca, Missouri. Plenty of sunshine across the region. We do need more rain. I know we've gotten some bouts of some pretty good storms, and at least scattered storms, but for the month, we're only at 0.68 inches, and then for the year, we haven't even hit 17 inches. So we have a deficit of over 10 inches of rain. So we need chances anytime we can get them. All right, we got a weak little stationary front kind of draped in our northern counties, plus with some clouds, it's keeping Nevada, Stockton in the 80s. Everybody else, the farther south you work, it gets much, much hotter. Still, we're in the upper 90s to near 100 degrees, and that's where we're sitting. 98 in Joplin, still a heat index of 104. That's 6:15 at night, plus the humidity has been high. Look at our dew point. So anywhere from upper 60s to lower 70s. If we look at our dew point scale, that makes us kind of in that sticky to muggy, almost soupy range. We're going to see that once again tomorrow. Still heat indices. Right now, Lockwood 102, 109 in Miami, 102 in Girard, 106 in Fredonia. That's the way it actually feels to your skin. Through the evening hours, we slide back through the 90s, 80s. We only bottom out right around 80 degrees. Most of us have clear skies except our northeastern counties. We do have some clouds and a couple random light little showers just north of Stockton Lake. Besides that, all this rain staying in central Missouri, kind of rotating down through southeastern parts of Missouri. Out to the west, big dome of high pressure, our heat dome. So we get these waves that kind of slide over the ridge. As the ridge breaks down a little bit over the next couple days, we will get back into those little waves rotating through the area. I think tonight into tomorrow, we're going to be fine. Here's our little front draped across the region tomorrow. Very slight chance there could be an isolated little shower that pops up tomorrow afternoon. Most of you dry, still hot, upper 90s to near 100 degrees. Tomorrow night, that front continues to sag slowly to the south. Scattered thunderstorms start to get into the region. Very scattered, but we are going to have some out there into Thursday morning. Here's 6 a.m. Let's continue through the day. A few random morning showers, and then I think Thursday afternoon we look pretty good. Cooler, look at this, only into the low to mid 90s of 4 afternoon highs. Then we get a complex. I think this is going to be our best shot to get some scattered thunderstorms in here late Thursday night into Friday morning. All right, day planner starting at 80, high temp, better than today, but still up to 99. We're going to have those heat indices again, kind of in that 100 to 104, 105 range tomorrow afternoon. All right, let's go 99 tomorrow, 95 Thursday, 84, which is pretty good. Morning thunderstorms on Friday. Saturday, not bad. High temps right around 90, and then triple-digit heat returns again a good chunk of next week, all of next week.
You have way too many digits in that long-term forecast.
I know, it barely fits on the little white column.
We're going to take some of those digits away from you if we have to.
Yes.
Thanks, Doug. Today was the last day for judging livestock shows at the Woodson County Fair. The youth participants have been preparing for this really for the whole year, raising, feeding, grooming their prized livestock. The young exhibitors got to show off their hard work with hopes of winning the grand champion prize. The fair continues with Barnyard Olympics tonight at 7:30. I'm not sure exactly what that is. Swan diving with real swans?
Interesting.
Maybe?
I don't know.
I doubt it. Yeah, anyway, John Dale's here. Only a couple of chances left for people to catch an Outlaws game.
Yeah, that's certainly right. They continue their last week of regular season play at home tonight against the Carroll Merchants. And a local high school football team has a new leader for its program. Those stories and more coming up on the other side. We're under a month away from high school football practices officially beginning here in the 4 states, and one local team just announced it has a new leader for its program. The Fairland Owls bringing on Doug Winters as their new head football coach and athletic director. Now, Winters is inheriting a program that continues its recent upward trajectory, or is hoping to. From 2018 to 2021, the Owls didn't post a winning record and didn't make the playoffs once. Last season, though, Fairland finishes 6-5 while making it to the first round of the Oklahoma State playoffs. Owls begin their season at home against Morrison on September 1st. Meanwhile, you've heard about how Missouri Southern athletes have been getting the job done on the field, the court, the track, but the Lions are also excelling in the classroom. This past week, several Missouri Southern teams and athletes receive academic honors from this past school year, where MSSU student athletes posted a combined grade point average of 3.21. Now, more specifically, Lions track and field teams had 22 different athletes get named to the U.S. Track and Field and Cross Country Coaches Association All-Academic Team. On top of that, Southern Volleyball gets a team award from the American Volleyball Coaches Association. And 42% of all MSSU student athletes finished the year with a GPA of 3.5 or higher. And the sprint to the finish line for the Mink League season continues here in the 4 states. Outlaws lose at home last night, but still hold on to first place in the South Division. Nevada off yesterday, but plays a big game this evening. Starting first with the Outlaws, though, they trailed Carroll 9-0 at one point last night before nearly coming all the way back. They lose 10-9. Chance to redeem themselves tonight. First pitch is at 7 at Joe Becker Stadium. We'll have highlights tonight at 10. While the Outlaws are in a battle for first place, the Griffins fighting for that second wild card spot in the South. Entering tonight, Nevada a half game back of Sedalia for that spot. They play tonight, those two teams. A win would give Nevada a half game lead, and we'll let you know how that one finishes as well. And in Major League Baseball, we're under 2 weeks to the trade deadline, but Cardinals President of Baseball Operations John Mozeliak says he has no plans to get rid of star players Nolan Arenado and Paul Goldschmidt. So for now, we'll continue to see those two in Cardinal uniforms as they host the Marlins tonight in St. Louis. Redbirds have won 3 in a row entering tonight, and believe it or not. So we'll see if the more wins and the impending deadline makes any sort of difference with the direction the Redbirds want to go in 2023. No mistaking the Royals' intention with the rest of the year. That is, get it over with already. They host the Tigers tonight after blowing last night's game in the 8th inning for their 9th loss in the last 11 games. But we'll see if tonight brings about a different result. That's it for sports. We're back after this.
Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. We're going to have more on that new Missouri law aimed at making diagnostic breast imaging more affordable to more people. Plus, the residents of a Joplin mobile home park are meeting with the park's owners about a possible rate hike. And federal lawmakers discuss potential AI regulations, but a new law might not come anytime soon. Those stories, a lot more, of course, is coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. The weather ahead, Doug.
Yeah, well, it's still going to be hot once again for us. Tomorrow temperatures upper 90s to near 100 degrees. And still hot on Thursday, but we're heading the right direction. 80s for highs Friday and Saturday. And our best chance for thunderstorms Thursday night into Friday morning.
Yeah, we're heading the right direction before we get a bounce back up into triple digits. Final sports note.
Big game for the Outlaws tonight. Their busy last week continues. They still have 7 more games to play in the last 6 days of the regular season.
Very good. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here for KOAM News at 10. Let's make it a great evening.